Alright, we are back for the finals. Hopefully this will be a good match. My hand is a bit heavy on mana producer, but I think it's still a keep. The Terrarian cycles, I do have a Rimvol and a good start, so I'm gonna keep that and hopefully we'll not draw too many more lands. As you can see, the opponent, won the die roll, is playing first and mulled to 6. But I've been I've been waiting a while before I came to play the match, so they might not be there. But they are there, alright. Put a card on top, please, a forest. Sure. Feast is not bad. The good news with Terrarion is also that I will not do that, but I could play Aqueduct turn 2 while still being able to not discard a card. So we are playing another Celestia player, apparently. Ooh, Kudzu is bad. I mean, it's a good card, it's not good for me. I do have Brain Spoil, so I can deal with that. But it's a good one, definitely a good one. I might fetch the discard 2 card with that Aura Touch and Mage, I guess we'll see. Garrison is fine. I mean, it's good for the Kudzu, obviously, but I think I'll take 5 damages from that thing and I'll kill it afterwards, which, is fine. So yep, let's cast the Aqueduct. The Searchlight. Play the Aqueduct, I think, bouncing the forest and passing the turn. Alright, the next turn, unless my opponent plays something more threatening, we will Brain Spoil the Vine Lasher Kudzu, and the turn after that we can Brain Spoil. Hopefully they don't have the Destroy Target land for double red and double colorless, because it's gonna be awful if they do have that. But there's not much I can do. Well, that's not good. That's not really good for me. But not too much I can do on that matter. Drawing a land was pretty bad. Alright, let's destroy that thing. I could, transmute and get the rebounds, but if I do that, I lose a Rimvol, and I don't really have time to actually, if I take the time to transmute again and get the rebound, I will actually lose more life than I would have gained with the rebounds anyway, so I don't think it's going to be a great play to do that. So I would assume that I'm going down to, and apparently we are more playing a Boros deck, splashing for green, than a Celestia deck, actually. That being said, I might just take my other Feast next turn, just because actually having a 3/3 Regenerator is gonna be very good. Guildmage, that's good for my opponent, so I guess I'll go down to 7. Yeah, I think the regeneration ability is way more important than Trample. I lose 2 blockers, but I don't think I actually need them too badly, and also making my opponent discard is gonna be great, I think. And yeah, I can keep 1 mana available to regenerate, so there is that too. Alright. Terrarion is fine, not the most exciting draw. I cannot really play it now, because as I mentioned, I want to keep my mana available to regenerate, but it's fine. Alright, let's take the Strands. Yeah, I think it's the best choice I can make. Target my opponent and pass the turn. We are pretty low on life, but from now on we should, if we leave a few more turns, we should be in a good spot. Ooh, I got Sagittarius and Signet. But that means that my opponent has something relevant in hand, which is probably not a great news. If they have a removal, I can regenerate, take 4, go down to 3. Yeah, I think we are not in the worst spot. And if they don't attack this turn afterwards, I can play the Feast, start drawing cards of my Terrarions, and probably, pretty much come back in this game. No attack, okay, that's great. Another Garrison, and they probably have a decent spell in hand. I'm not sure what this is though. It might be a Rimvol, but they might have chosen to, not use the removal just to deal 4 damages, which I think would be a misplay, so. But it's probably not a creature, they would have played it, so I don't really know. Drooling Rulian was a no-sum draw, but I think my opponent does have a removal in hand, as I mentioned. I guess we'll see. I will still, cast that, and probably just pass the turn, keeping the searchlight available. Yeah, I don't think I really want to attack, especially since I suspect that my opponent have a removal for my Grulion. I don't really know what that might be, but I would assume that they have something. But if they don't, I'm gonna do things with that Feast of Ironwood, Drooling Grulion combo. Primordial Sage. Ugh. That card is very good, and quite concerning. And it has 5 toughness, so I cannot even, you know, double Grulion it. Grulion or whatever you wanna call that. I need to find a removal, otherwise it's gonna be very troublesome. And I don't have many removal left that can deal with that in my deck. Pretty bad for me. Let's see what I can draw. A Cloak. That is not bad, but not really what I need. No, let's undo that. That's not what I want to do. No. Well, I guess I have to choose someone now. Well, whatever. Yeah, play 1, green. So if I cannot kill that, I need to kill my opponent fast. But I cannot just stay there and do nothing. So I don't think there's much they can do to that thing for 1 black. So I think I'm actually gonna enchant that thing. Yeah, they just and now I do have enough mana to do everything I want. So I can make that. Actually, I need to. All right, give that trample. I have a very big, you know, creature available there, and that card is very threatening, but I think I might be able to kill my opponent before they can actually kill me. And there's no block that's gonna be good against an attacking Grulion with the mana that I do have access to currently. So now the question is, do I want to kill the Guildmage now? Does it do much for me? I don't think so. I think I'd rather keep regeneration available. Yeah, that seems fine. Alright, so I'll just deal 7. But that card is... yeah, I mean, it's really good. Like, it's a bit like Zendikar Resurgent, except that you got a creature too. My opponent could break and not draw creatures for a little while, and that'd be great, but otherwise I might very well be in trouble. As I mentioned, I think the Grulion should be able to do good, you know, a good job here, but no creature. Okay, that's great. I could kill something now, but I'd rather, you know, have the boost on my turn. Also, I have enough mana to do whatever I want, so... so this is 4. Yeah, I cannot use the thing 3 times anyway, and I don't think I would want to do that anyway. So... I think I'll just swing in with the Grulion. Is my opponent dead? Let's say I sacrifice those 2 things. I have an 11 power creature. And no, they are far from being dead. But next turn they are probably pretty dead. Alright. Good, good, good. That thing is so huge. Like 7/6 trample that can boost itself and while destroying other creatures. That's quite sick. And my opponent cannot really try to triple block or do anything along those lines. It's not gonna work very well for them if they try to do so. Alright, they choose not to block. Interesting. Alright. I could have already boosted. I don't think it's great though. Yeah, I could have done that. Put them down to 4 maybe. I have nothing else to do and I have a bunch of mana, so I'm not sure that it would have been that great. Ooh, Apprentice. Sure. That's not... That's a bit annoying, but beatable for the most. Alright, so let's boost that creature, I think, kill that one, and tap for the right amount of mana. Undo. I should probably keep a bit more black given the aura touched potential regeneration. I sacrificed that one. If they want to answer killing my Saproling, it's fine too, because it doesn't, change much for me. And next turn, my opponent will be forced to start chump blocking too. But that card is like really good. I'm not out of trouble yet at all. So next turn I can kill that. This becomes 9/8. So they do have to block with the Primordial Sage if I do that. So I can also attack with that. Alright, I think this should work out. Ooh, another land was not good, but whatever. I'll deal with that. Sacrificing this. And now my opponent pretty much has to... They must block there and take 4. So they must also block there. Yeah, I think I can attack with both. That's pretty safe. Barring some weird combat trick, yeah. And I think my opponent would have... Alright, that's the block. Oh yeah, alright, that's the chump block I was anticipating, I think. And they have to block with that too, because if they don't, I can just sacrifice the Aura Touched Mage and they die. Actually, aren't they dead here? If they make that block. I can sacrifice this, kill that, make that 11 power, and my opponent is dead. Yeah, so they are dead on the board by making this block. But I don't think there's any block that can save them. And I don't think they have any sort of trick in their hand, so I think I could play safely and probably win the turn after that, but I think I'm actually gonna go for the kill. Like, I don't really see what could go wrong if I do so. Yeah. That's actually a better block, so my opponent will not die by blocking like that. But alright, sure. They will go down to 2 and lose all their creatures. Alright. I don't think there's a way out of this game for my opponent, but I guess we'll see. That Sage dude is quite threatening though. Good lord. Alright, so we are playing against a Naya deck. It seems like a Boros splashing for a few green cards. That's some pretty good creatures. Not gonna be an easy matchup, I think. That being said, I have some probably that I do have some bigger creatures and a bit more card advantage. So it's not a bad matchup either. I think it's also a matchup again in which Glare of Subdual is gonna be awesome. I just have to worry about the Sage because I think I have only Ribbons of Night that can, Brain Spoil that can deal with that. Yeah, and that card is gonna like completely destroy me. Again, I don't think there's anything I want to change, so let's go back for another game. This match and especially last match was very good, and here we are. I feel like we are playing and doing interesting stuff because I've played other Ravnica draft before my last recording and the last draft I uploaded on the channel, and most games were very uninteractive and someone was crushing the other, either me or the opponent, and that was not very funny. Like match 1 of this draft was pretty bad, but match 2 was awesome, and this one looks, yeah, that last game was good, despite, did my opponent mulligan? Yeah, I think they mulligan to 6, but that aside, it was still a pretty interactive and interesting game, and hopefully the next one will be the same. I would say that in general, I'm a little bit advantaged because I have some bigger creatures. and also probably a bit more card advantage than my opponent, but the Sage is quite threatening. That turn is fine. I can play turn 2 Transluminant of the Terrarion, then I have turn 3 Searchlight, and the Mage is awesome, as you might have seen. So it's gonna be a keep. Turn 1 Plains, nothing else. Alright. Well, I drew a Forest naturally. I don't want to draw too many more lands because I already have like 5 mana, but I have a 6 drop, so it would not be the end of the world either. And I'll keep my Terrarion now because it could be used to draw a card off Ribbons of Night. Yeah, I just hope I don't draw another land. 2 in a row was not great, 3 would be pretty bad, I think. Alright. Alright. Well, not much I can do about that. It might be a very uninteractive and short game where I cast 2 spell and die because I hadn't anything else. I guess we'll see. My opponent is making a very slow start though. That card is very good. It's basically a 2/4 lifelink that you can pump. I don't really like the sound of that. Moldervine Cloak was a solid top deck though. I'm just gonna see if I can draw Ribbons of Night, and if I can't, I'm gonna enchant my thing. Feast of Ironwood, that's not bad either. Alright, we'll try to raise the opponent. Mm, 5/5 Trample is a solid card. That being said, that thing might just... currently it's just racing me actually, because if my opponent just used the ability, they are like gaining 4 each turn. Yeah, that's a good one. It's gonna be fairly hard to beat, and my Aura Touch and Mage cannot really fetch anything that can deal with that. I can fetch another Feast, but Chump Blocker are not that helpful currently, unless I get my you know, opposition or whatever it's called. Glare of Subdual, I think is the name. But that thing is gonna be incredibly hard to raise. Sagittarius is fine. Dosing Shaman. That's pretty decent. So I have access to 6 mana currently. At any point I can sacrifice this and, you know, use that ability. I don't think it's gonna be great, but I could. I think I'm just playing the mage and making my opponent discard 2 cards. Playing the shaman is better, maybe? Maybe it is. Yeah, actually I'm gonna play the shaman. I think it's better. I can keep planes for the Transluminant if needed, and I can also set up some triple block on that thing maybe. And I kind of want to be able to play that when my opponent has less card in the hand, and also when my opponent when I can keep black available. So do I risk a triple block here? I don't think there are actually a lot of tricks in this set. And I don't really care about any of these creatures, and I really want to get rid of that thing. It might be... That being said, my creatures are not attacking either, so yeah, and I really want to get rid of that dude. I managed to... Well, I did not think that this would go so well, but it did, which is very sweet. Vitugatsu is a very good card, by the way. Hammerfist Giant. Interesting, to say the least. So that thing can deal 4 damage to each creature without flying. So it would kill everything but the Sagittarius currently. Alright, alright. Scattered Seeds. That's a good card in general. Doesn't match up very well against the Giants for now, but it's fine. I guess I will attack. I'm fine trading, like completely fine. If my opponent takes the damage, it's fine with me too. I mean, not sure why they did not block here. It seems a bit weird to me. And I think now I'll play the mage with the black available. And if my opponent wants to sacrifice the giant, this will not kill that, and I can regenerate the Aura Touch and Mage, and they will lose two creatures here, so I mean 2 cards in hand. So I think that's a very decent trade up for me. Alright. Not sure why they did not block. I think making the trade was reasonable. I guess I mean I do have the Dosing Shaman, but still, I don't know. Also, this deals 4 damage to each player. So if my opponents use that, they are gonna be very, very close to be dead. And apparently, this trance is annoying for them because they are taking quite a bit of time to decide the card they want to keep in their hand. They might have the, you know, the Sage we've seen last game, and they cannot cast it yet, but kind of want to. Yeah, they did have that. That's what I thought. So they were like, I kind of want to keep that, but I don't have the green yet, and so we got rid of the Sage, which is great, and Trumpeteer. That was a great strength of Endless. When you get 2 powerful spell of that thing, that's just awesome. But I would assume that they have a card that's better than both of these. So that's probably a very good card. Not sure what it is. Guess we'll see. I like my spot there, that's for sure. Alright, let's see what it is. An Equinote. Sure. I don't really care about that at all, I think. Yeah. Yeah, not really concerning. So if I attack with that, my opponent can block with the giant, but if they do so, they kinda have to double block on that thing. In which case I can use the Dosing Shaman ability to get back things. Yeah. Alright, that seems fine. They can activate the giant ability. Again, as I mentioned, if they use this ability, they will go down to 3, and that puts them pretty dead, actually, I think, to a decent amount of things I do have. If they make the double block here, and block that thing with the giant, that's gonna be fine. I will most likely kill the Sagittars. Regenerate that thing, get back one of my enchantments, probably enchant the Aura Touch and Mage, and I will have a 6/6 regenerator. And yeah. Oh, they can do that. Yeah, I forgot about the Sagittar ability. Alright, sure. Yeah, I forgot about that thing. So now they can deal 1 damage here, but if, yeah, they will lose all their board. I don't think they can really activate that efficiently. Ooh. Yeah, but there are 3 from that. That's weird. Blocking 2 creatures and trample, I did not really know how that would work, but they took 3 damage of trample, which is obviously not great for them. So they cannot activate the giant anymore at all, otherwise they just straight up die. So yeah, things are looking great. Yeah, if you do that, you die. I mean, I'm still gonna regenerate, because why not, but my opponent just died here. Unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am. Yeah. Alright, that's gonna be the draft. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe, it's really appreciated. And yeah, I think the second match was really awesome. That final was fine, probably less interesting, but still pretty nice. And yeah, that was a sweet draft, and see you guys for another one.